The recent studies show that making timely in-season nitrogen management decisions significantly improve cotton yield and improve the nitrogen use efficiency. There are different ways that we can estimate the nitrogen status in crop in season, but the cheapest way in cotton is to look at the what's the nitrate concentration in the petiole sap. Hi, I'm Hardeep Singh, and I'm a cropping system specialist at WFREC. Today, I'll be talking about how petiole sampling can be a practice for managing the in-season nitrogen for cotton. Nitrogen plays a critical role in cotton growth and development, and it impacts the lint yield. But we need to be very careful about how much we are applying. If we are applying too high amount of nitrogen, it can lead to lots of vegetative growth, and it can grow too high. But if we are applying too little, then also the lint yield can be impacted. Therefore, we need some source where we can know what is the status of the nitrogen during the season. That's where our petiole sampling comes into play. So petiole sampling is the best method to analyze what's the nitrogen status of the plant. So as I mentioned, that petiole sampling is a good way to analyze the nitrogen content in the plant. But when should we do it? So the best time to do the petiole sampling is you have to start 1 week before bloom, and then you can continue it weekly until full bloom or 9 weeks after bloom. But if you think that for the cotton, the nitrogen uptake doesn't occur after 3rd week of bloom, so going up until up to 9 weeks doesn't give you additional information. So I recommend doing the petiole sampling starting from week before the anticipated bloom and continue until 5th week of bloom. Okay, now the question is what leaf to select or where in the canopy should we take the petiole. So if I talk about where in the canopy, we need to select the fully mature leaf. If I talk about the numbers, like what number from the top, it will be the 4th leaf from the top. So if I count over here, this is number 1, this is number 2, and this is 3, and this is number 4. So as soon as you detach the leaf from the plant, make sure you detach the petiole from the leaf. And make sure you are doing it at the very bottom where the petiole is attaching to the leaf. And once you detach the petiole and put them, you need to put them separate. You need to bag the petiole separate and leaf separate. For the 1st and 5th week, you need to send the leaf and petiole for the analysis, while for week 2, 3, and 4 after bloom, you need to just send the petiole. So make sure you use the paper bags. Avoid the plastic bags, because plastic can absorb the moisture, it can trap the moisture, and it can impact the results. So use the paper bags and make sure you mention the name, the address, or you can mention the sample ID and how much sample do we need. So for the field, you need at least 20 to 25 leaves. That's amount of sample that they need to do the analysis. Okay, now we send the samples and we got the results back from the lab. Most of the labs report the results in parts per million or ppm. And to interpret it, what's the sufficiency range, there are 2 interpretations. One is Georgia interpretation and second is Arkansas interpretation. For Florida region, we recommend using the Georgia interpretation. So if you look up into this graph in this video, you will see there is a sufficiency range. There is a line for maximum amount of the nitrate content, and there is a line for the minimum amount of nitrate content. Your nitrate should lie between those 2 ranges. If your nitrate is beyond your maximum line, that means there is lots of nitrate content, and resulting into that you will need more PIX application. You need to PIX your cotton more. But if your nitrate content is below that sufficiency range, you need to apply more nitrogen. So that's how you need to interpret the nitrate content in there. You can also find this graph in our recently published EDIS. And for the EDIS, you can find the link in the description below. And there is a different value for each week. Like you will see in this graph, for the first week, the values are higher. And as you move towards second or third week of bloom, the values keep on going lower. And as I mentioned earlier, after fifth week of bloom, there is no change in the nitrate content in the petioles. Okay, now at the end of this video, I would like to cover best practices for petiole sampling. So I usually go with 3 S's for petiole sampling: same day, same area, and same lab. So when I say same day, if possible, try to collect the petioles same day of the week over the repetitive weeks. Like when you're collecting the petioles over successive weeks, if you are using Wednesday, if possible, for the following weeks also, you collect the petioles on the Wednesday. Same area. So when you're collecting the petioles in the field, try to be in a same area of the field every week. And third S is same lab. So make sure you stick to the same lab, because the analysis method for different labs vary. So make sure you stick to the same lab to maintain the consistency. Another important point to consider is that we need to avoid the petiole sampling immediately after irrigation or rainfall. So those are important points to consider for the petiole sampling. I hope this video is helpful for our producers for in-season nitrogen management of cotton. If you still have some questions for in-season petiole sampling for the nitrogen management, please feel free to contact me. You can find my contact information in this video, or you can go to WFREC website, UF website, and find my contact information, and I will be happy to help. Thank you.